As the Roaring Twenties were drawing to an end, so too was an era of relative prosperity for many Americans. As early as 1926, the construction of new housing had decreased. Businesses had too much inventory and too few buyers. Nevertheless, an optimistic America wanted to believe that the good times would last forever, pointing to fortunes that were being made on the stock market. Even people with little money to spare wanted in on the action, and stockbrokers readily agreed to sell shares on margin, where they would lend citizens money to buy stock. These investors figured the stock's price was bound to go up and up, allowing them to pay back the stock's original price tenfold. The constantly rising price of stocks cast a spell over the nation. Noon-hour traffic stood still as people eagerly awaited news of their improved finances. But the simple fact was that the price paid for many stocks was unduly out of proportion to the actual profitability of the companies who issued them, creating the illusion of increased value. On October 29, 1929, reality finally caught up with the stock market, and what went up came crashing back down. Panicked investors sold 16 million shares in a single day.
They used to tell me I was building a dream, and so I followed the mob. When there was earth to plow or guns to bear, I was always there, right on the job. They used to tell me I was building a dream, with peace and glory ahead. Why should I be standing in line, just waiting for bread? Once I built a railroad, I made it run, made it race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a tower up to the sun, brick and rivet and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, gee, we look swell.
In 1933, Americans were still coping with the Depression as they embraced a new president and his optimism. Franklin D. Roosevelt began his administration with 100 days of bold legislation that created agencies to promote recovery and stopped a run on the banks by temporarily closing them. He also began his fireside chats to keep up the people's spirits. But not everyone loved Roosevelt. Before his inauguration, a jobless bricklayer attempted to assassinate FDR in Miami. He killed Chicago Mayor Anton Cermak and wounded 4 others, but missed the president-elect. High above the earth, Navy Lieutenant Commander Thomas Settle and Marine Corps Major Chester Fordney became the first Americans to pilot a balloon into the stratosphere. While back on the ground, Americans celebrated the end of Prohibition and enjoyed new dances like the rumba and the boogie woogie. This was America in 1933.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
On December 7th, 1941, the Japanese Army made an airstrike on the American naval base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. As a result of the attack, America declared war on the Axis powers of Japan, Germany, and Italy. As war production boomed, millions of Americans were put back to work. In addition, the federal government borrowed billions of dollars to build up its defenses and armed services. This massive increase in deficit spending ended the Great Depression, and a period of economic prosperity soon followed. Franklin Roosevelt went on to become a great wartime president. He is the only president ever to have won more than 2 terms in office, a testament to his overwhelming popularity. Though it was ultimately World War II that brought about the end of the Great Depression, it is FDR's New Deal legislation that has had the most lasting effect on the emergence of modern America. Under FDR's leadership, the American government took an active role in maintaining the welfare of its people. Services like Social Security, unemployment insurance, minimum wages, and health and safety regulations have ensured that fewer Americans fall behind. Reforms in banking and stock exchange practices serve as protections for future generations. Though economic recessions may happen from time to time, the financial securities that were established by the New Deal legislation help to protect us from ever having to live through another Great Depression.
This one is for the boys with the booming system. Top down AC with the cooling system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up. Got stacks on deck like he's saving up. And he ill, he real, he might got a deal. He pop bottles and he got the right kind of bill. He cold, he dope, he might sell coke. He always in the air, but he never fly couch. He a motherfucking drip drip, seller or the strip. When he make a drip drip, kiss him on a lip. That's the kind of dude I was looking for. And yes, you'll get slapped if you're looking hoe. I said, excuse me, you're a hell of a guy. I mean, my, you're like pelican fly. I mean, you're so shy and I'm loving your tie. You're like slicker than the guy with the thing on his eye. Oh. Yes, I did. Somebody please tell him who the F I is. I am Nicki Minaj, I mack them dudes up. Back coops up and drop the youth up.